It's been a joy watching this Los Angeles Clippers team play. I mean, after the James Harden trade, Paul George, Paul George has been going absolute. Why is Erykah Badu playing every time I say Paul George? Paul George. Los Angeles Clippers defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder 128-117. This game was close and down to the wire until Paul George pulled it. I thought that was just an intro thing. Pulled it out at the end. It's always a fun little duel when these two teams play, obviously because of the Paul George trade, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander trade. Whoever you want to say is the centerpiece of that trade now. The Clippers now, 26-14. They're fourth in the West, but they're only a game back of the Thunder, who are the 2 seed. Obviously, you probably don't need me to tell you how good the Clippers have been over the last couple of months, but since they lost their 6th straight game on November 14th, they are 23-7, 23 wins, the most in the NBA over that stretch, 76% win percentage, the best in the NBA over that stretch, second in point differential over that stretch behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, second in offense, 9th in defense. They have the best offense in the NBA since December 1st. They are absolutely firing on all cylinders over the past couple of months. And a big reason for that is Paul George, who is averaging 24 points per game, 47% from the field. That is the best of his career. 42% from three, also the best of his career. 91% from the free throw line, the best of his career. I mean, he's got a real case to have a legitimate 50-40-90 season on 25 points per game. 4.2 offensive estimated plus minus. That is the second highest of his career, trailing only his last year in OKC, where he finished third in MVP voting. So Paul George has been incredible. He's always been an electric offensive player, but he's really benefited from having Mr. James Harden next to him, somebody who can pass him the ball, somebody who could get open catch and shoot looks from. He's averaging 5 catch and shoot threes per game this year. Only 15 other guys in the league are doing so. And among those 15 players, Paul George is shooting the best percentage on catch and shoot looks at 45%. He's knocking those things down, and he can beat you in so many different ways. He's averaging 1.05 points per possession in isolation, 1.22 points per possession on post-ups, 1.09 points per possession as the pick-and-roll ball handler. He is such a bucket, and the Thunder saw that last night. Paul George scored 38 points on 15 of 24 shooting, 6 of 12 from 3, but it was really in the second half where Paul George took the game over. It looked like the Thunder on the second night of a back-to-back, despite the fact that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander clearly dealing with the knee injury, also dealing with the Shaquille O'Neal curse. Anytime we see Shaquille O'Neal or any other analyst comparing a player to Luka Doncic, that player seems to always fall off. Stop doing this to players. They don't deserve it. Anyways, in a game it looked like the Thunder could escape with a win somehow, 28 points in the second half for Paul George, including 18 in the fourth quarter on 7 of 9 shooting. Just an incredible display. This was a great game to watch. I know NBA players are super friendly with each other now, but I like to think deep down, anytime Paul George is posting up SGA or has him in isolation, he wants to score over him. And deep down, he's thinking, this is who they traded me for? Even though Shai's been incredible, obviously. But, there's that competitor spirit. Not a great game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in this one. Only 19 points on 6 of 16 shooting. But he still had some interesting moments, and you wonder why he leads the league in steals. He's got great hands. Gets beat by Norman Powell. Norman Powell's so good, by the way. Just so solid. But look at those hands. Like having Kenrich Williams in the short roll for the Thunder because it opens up passing lanes right here. Cason Wallace wide open in the corner. Kenrich Williams, pretty solid passer. Those are the opportunities you get when Shai gets double-teamed. Shaquille O'Neal before this game talking about Luka Doncic for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He said, I'm taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He plays the right way. The fuck does that mean? I don't even know. Sounds like weirdly... If someone said that about somebody else, I would think that that's got to be racist in some way, but I'm not entirely sure. Daniel Tice with a block. He's been good for them. I know this is a Paul George video. We've only showed one Paul George clip so far, but look at Cason Wallace, man. This kid's going to be good. He's going to be a good player for a long time. Paul George has always been a bit of an underrated playmaker, underrated passer. Draws in Aaron Wiggins from the corner, reads it, kick out, Amir Coffey. Some good minutes in this game for Amir Coffey. He's been solid, limited minutes. 3 of 4 from the field, 3 of 3 from deep, 9 points in this one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so silky smooth. The 2 centerpieces in this trade, SGA and Paul George, 2 of the smoothest players in the league. Aesthetically pleasing. Paul George gets his shot blocked here. Get that shit out of here. Kenrich Williams did say that. Shout out to Kenrich Williams. Good job relocating here, though. Paul George to the corner. We mentioned that stat already. 45% on catch and shoot threes, and he's talking shit. Woo! I like it. It's just a nightmare. If you double Kawhi, you know you have James Harden. You know you have Paul George. There's just so much to worry about. Crazy skip pass out of that double by Kawhi. Terrence Mann gives Paul George a grenade, but he knocks it down anyways with a hand in his face. Josh Giddey, though, it's basically a ghost. Not really there defensively. Paul George going right at SGA. Just so smooth. I mean, nothing too crazy. Just light little bump right there. Just gets the space that he needs. Elbow jumper. Silky smooth. Look at this block by Terrence Mann. Oh, my God. Hey! That's like a 7-inch height difference right there. Terrence Mann. He's a manly man. If you're on the court for the Clippers and your name is not James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, or Paul George, you got to be ready for these type of shots. Paul George gets doubled. Terrence Mann, they're helping off of you. You're wide open in the corner. Good skip pass by Paul George. You got to knock that down. That's going to be big for this team. Bad gamble right here by Shai. Bad gamble. I'm taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I can't do a Shaq voice. You can't go that low. Tough finish right here. Not bad defense by Giddey. I'm telling you, though, it's like a ghost almost. Shai, it's not really your fault. I know that you're dealing with a knee injury, so you're not 100%, but anytime Shaq does this to a player, that player almost always has a bad game. But the Clippers did a good job here of walling off driving lanes for Shai and defending without fouling in this game. I mean, that's good defense right there. Forcing a tough shot. Good job by Terrence Mann. Paul George, one of the best three-point shooters of this generation, one of the best catch-and-shoot three-point shooters in the league, as we've already mentioned. Just chilling in the corner, going to get open looks because he's playing next to two other incredible offensive talents. This is a scary team, man. Casey Wallace trying to deny ball, trying to deny this pass. Good cut by Paul George. Good cut. Good find by Plum Dog Millionaire. Mason Plumlee. You guys remember there was a stretch right before he got traded last year on the Hornets where he was putting up some stats, and we were making some money off of it. I'll just leave it at that. Again, a tough shooting night for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but he still has some moments, man. Just the shiftiness, the craftiness. Whew. Smooth. This is incredible team defense right here by the Clippers. First and foremost, walling off Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, recovering, closing out, helping. Again, recovering. Great job by Amir Coffey. Meeting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You live with the Kenrich Williams 3. He misses the shot. Chet gets fouled going for the rebound. Shoots free throws. But a good defensive possession right there by the Clippers. Man, what the actual fuck is this? What the actual hell is this? What the actual... This game got pretty juicy down the stretch, and it started right here, really. Micic with an and one. Micic's given him some pretty solid minutes to the Thunder as of lately, but this really sparked the comeback and what allowed Paul George to take this game over. Cue the Erykah Badu. We talked about Paul George's great second half in this game. J-Dub, Jalen Williams, had 12 points on a perfect 5 of 5 shooting in the fourth quarter, and at one point the Thunder had the lead. Hey, J-Dub is a hell of a player, man. You're Paul George, you're an 8-time All-Star, you're 6-time All-NBA, you're still at the peak of your powers whenever you're healthy, and you get to just chill in the corner and shoot open threes because you're playing next to Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. I mean, what a luxury, huh? Hell of a block right here by Daniel Tice. The recovery gets beat. Perfect timing, though, on the block. Paul George bringing it up. Woo, nice move. A little slow step. Oh, that was nasty. Against Lou Dort, too. That's not easy. Hey, good contest, Josh Giddey. Again, it was the Jalen Williams, the J-Dub show in the fourth quarter for the Thunder. Hits a three right here, right in front of the Clippers bench. That gave the Thunder a 1-point lead with 3:37 left. I mean, this game the score might not indicate it because the score, the Clippers won by 11 points, but this was a close one. Paul George on the other end with the immediate response. An incredibly tough finish. And one. The Clippers never really looked back after this one. The length of the Clippers really gave Shai Gilgeous-Alexander quite a bit of problems. I mean, this is Kawhi Leonard doing Kawhi Leonard things. That's the claw right there. Look at that. Hold on. Let's get a freeze frame of this one. Oh, my God. That's his arm right there, guys. That's not an alien creature. That's a human being who did that on a basketball court. Oh, this is tough. Hand in his face. Pull up. Just got Lou Dort off balance just a little bit. Shut the fuck up. That's kind of was that what he said? No, I highly doubt it. But that would be cool if he did. J-Dub's not going out quietly. He's not going out without a fight. I like that shot, man. That's a playoff shot right there. That's a shot that you're going to have to hit in the postseason. 6-point game, 1:30 left. This time for Paul George to hit the dagger. Lou Dort with the closeout. Paul George doesn't care. He's shooting that thing. 45% on catch and shoot threes. And he's shimmying. Shimmy P. Right in Lou Dort's face, too. Woo! And then how about this? Immediately after. Let's cap it off. Great help here by Paul George. Shai doesn't see him coming. Gets the steal. And on the other end. Oh! What a game. What a performance by Paul George down the stretch. The Clippers look great, man. I think the Nuggets and them are the two best teams in the Western Conference. I think it's hard to argue otherwise. The Thunder are really good as well. I mean, they're a great young team. But they do have clear and obvious weaknesses that they need to address either at the deadline or in the future. It's not win or nothing. It's not win or bust for the Thunder this season. It's just not. It is for the Clippers. It's not for the Thunder. Teams with size, teams that switch well, teams that have versatile defenders can really kind of throw this team in a rut because they're not the biggest team. They don't rebound particularly well. And when you're reliant on guys like Lu Dort, who had a good game in this one, Josh Giddey, Kaysen Wallace, Isaiah Joe, if they were able to, go out and get a real solidified player that they could plug into that spot where it's like a rotating cast of players, man, they're going to be a problem for years to come. Anyways, a really fun game. And as Paul George always says, yeah!